welcome back to Roll Call.
Roll call.
Call roll.
Call of the roll.
Is it roll call?
Rural call.
Rural. Royal call.
You know, there's actually competitions for that. I'm not gonna.
I
Get
know
into
there are. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I am acutely aware. So, thank you guys so much for being here and joining us tonight as we continue our Slivers of Fate journey on our campaign that we've been playing for a while. Before we get into the recap and everything, I will pass it across the table to a rather dashing skeleton.
Doesn't translate as well in the dark like this.
I mean, makes you very bright.
Jesus.
How's that? Is that
No,
better?
put it away.
Too much?
Put it away! It burns us!
Today we're playing D&D. This video will go up on YouTube on Monday.
Monday.
We are not playing Sunday.
No Sunday.
No Sunday. Yeah, that's our thing.
Yep.
And that's our time. Thank you guys so much for being
Thanks for
here.
our stream.
Thanks so much.
But also, maybe tomorrow, if you want to check out twitch.tv/tragic backstory or twitch.tv/Tristin Sanity, the three of us are going to be playing some more Grounded. So if you want to watch them do all the work and me be useless and jump in my trampoline, then check it out. It'll be tomorrow night sometime.
There's a fun drinking game you can play on.
Every time Sai says, "Guys, I'm stuck in a blade of grass," take a shot.
You will die.
You won't regret it.
Oh, you will, but
No, you won't regret it because you'll be dead and there'll be no regrets. It happens at least once every 30 minutes. If you want to
The
smooth...
grass is just so hard to get through. You don't
There's
understand.
We're in
much
the
of it.
backyard.
So much grass.
it's a lot of grass.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I recommend checking it out. But
A lot
still,
of fun, a lot of grass.
A lot of grass.
a lot of bugs.
A lot of bugs.
A
A lot of ass.
A lot of arrows and robots.
Like they don't. He didn't deserve that
He
one last
totally
time.
deserved it.
Shooting Burgle in the face.
Okay, so with that being said, we go back into the world of Laplear and our Slivers of Fate campaign. It's where one day I'll pay for a super cool extra splash graphic and stuff. But we don't have that right now. So, but your bits and
did the best I
donations help. Shameless plug. When we last left off, I guess you are the heroes of Midway. There are Order of Tarts.
Are we even that
That's a
anymore?
strong word.
Assisted at the request of Lady Tybalt, the Lord Regent of the city of Midway, that they were to, if they so chose, to assist in rebuilding, recuperating, and helping the city get back on its feet after the very deadly attack that happened just the night before. Our group of heroes accepted, each going in completing tasks that best fit their own wants and needs and abilities. We had Nariana assisting in healing, going around mainly to the soldiers that were wounded. Also going to one of the only other church in town, the mega church. We had Claw, who was assisting in taking care of people who were displaced and homeless and needed food. They got whatever Claw made. You can consider it food.
Oof.
As well as meeting a fairly known clergy woman, Pauline Lowry, a drow woman. Then there was Typhoon, who was the law for that week, going around making sure that nobody was attempting to take the time of unrest and use it to their own advantage. There was also Teresa, who assisted in mostly rebuilding using their uncanny strength. And we had John doing what John does, which is being a cop, but being an investigator.
John did his job.
John did his regular job.
That's true.
And
The
Dragonheart
life of John.
split his time.
Well, I was going to.
Yeah, going to. You technically did assist while rebuilding because you were a martial fighter, but you helped Teresa rebuild. After the first week, you're invited to a very nice dinner hosted by Lady Tybalt, which was promptly crashed by a Guildmaster Rawlinson, an Eagle Aarakocra, who didn't pass the vibe check for most of you. Upon having a absolutely thrilling conversation with Typhoon, they got, how to put this nicely, they got more than they gave in this interaction with Typhoon, which after the fact left Typhoon feeling very angry.
There's a lot more emotions than that, but yeah.
Discombobulated.
You were all,
Yeah.
after Lady Tybalt was pulled away by the Guildmaster, you all had some various conversations among them yourselves before breaking off for a little bit of time. And you all find yourselves now, after Teresa's very emotional interaction with Charles Marigold, we come back to as soon as after that happened, Teresa muttering, "It's not fair, it's not fair," before passing out.
Well, she's dead.
Nariana, with your passive
Not again.
and your understanding of Teresa,
Not
she's
again.
alive. She's okay. She's just overwhelmed, and it caused her to faint. So she is out cold.
CP time.
CP time for Teresa again.
Again.
So that is what you walk in and you warg back into. So you are now all within. You're in the military barracks, but because of John's station and because of your connection and everything, you are within the military, like the city's barracks. But you're in your own house. There's no one nearby. You're secluded. There's not rooms. There is there is a little kitchenette with a tiny table for eating, and the beds, bunks, are in the room. There is a separate bathroom, but you're all sleeping in the same room in their various beds.
Like a little cabin.
Yes. So, it is fairly nice. There is a large fireplace in the room, because it is, as we know, later in fall. So there's a fireplace that is it's well stocked, and with all of your various ways to create fire, it's no problem to start that and begin warming the building itself. So that is where we come back, and that is where I leave you.
Okay, bye.
I'm gonna
Thanks.
attempt to pick up Teresa and put her in one of the beds.
Give me a strength check.
I had walking on this weirdness going on, just not even not address it. What the hell's going? Never mind.
That is a 21.
Yeah, no problem. You just gently place down in bed.
John will turn to Nariana and just say, "Is she all right?"
I think she's just overwhelmed and it was too much for her.
Fair enough.
What happened this time?
She saw her father. It was like a live stream or something.
Man, I sure
what's
saw
a
a
live
twitching
stream? No,
happen.
kidding. Yeah, is that what that light was that I came up to?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, was it at least anything good news?
Depends. I'm gonna pull the blanket up around her and tuck her in.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna
sit
try and
down.
make some food. Claw's got the cooking bug. I'm gonna try and make some food for everyone.
That's fair.
Okay, roll me at this point. Just roll me 2d20. Give me the
Okay.
higher.
Advantage.
I believe in you.
Advantage.
Can I get
Okay.
like a glass of rum or something, and just sit down and drink?
17.
Hey.
You make
Hell yeah.
you Pauline taught you how to make a really nice stew. So
Finally, some good fucking food.
Good stew.
it's going to take a while. But the stew will be able to keep for a while.
It's stew.
So yes, you pour yourself a drink, Typhoon.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna plop down, just in my own thoughts.
Anybody got hot sauce?
The stew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, just in
John
general.
will just like
I'm a
point to a cabinet with like there's sauce up there, maybe.
I'd like to investigate the sauces.
Yeah, hold on.
Is there a hot sauce?
Yes.
Yay! I like
Doesn't
this.
have a label on it, but it is hot sauce.
Alrighty.
Perfect.
Live dangerously.
Live Moss.
Live Moss.
John he'll point out the hot sauce. Will pass by where Typhoon is sitting. Gonna like just kind of put a hand on his shoulder and just say, "Are you all right?" While also subtly recalling Constantine.
Yeah. He will into a little
Yeah.
bit of like smoke and ash as it like coalesces underneath everything and just reconnects to you.
Normally, I feel like most people would just say that they're fine, but no, I don't think I'm okay. But over time, baby. But right now, no, I'm not okay.
Well, I can't imagine that was a particularly good way to find out that information. I may have some knowledge of something pertaining to your family. Whenever you're ready to discuss it, I'd like to.
Any information at all would be helpful, because at this point, that my sister is priority. At this point, she's literally all I have left in terms of family. And if there's anything I can do to just get her out of the situation that she's in. And then I think there's definitely more to what he's saying. I don't think there's corruption in my family. I think there's more to it than that. It's not that simple. Nothing's ever that simple.
Well, what I can tell you is that if your sister is in fact being kept in Campania, it's definitely not that simple.
No. But they'll get what they deserve, and I'll get what I deserve.
Well, whenever you're ready, just let me know, and I'll get you what information I can.
Anytime, honestly. Since I don't know where we're leaving and going to after this, but she is my priority.
Okay, well, let me just make sure that Teresa's being looked after, and then we can talk.
I mean, that's fair. You guys are all wonderful, amazing people, and you guys are like family to me, honestly. We've connected so much over this time, and even John, we've only recently met, but you're still, pretty chill. But you have to understand, blood is blood, and I didn't even know she was alive until just now. I mean, I'll get you guys back anytime, but I also need to have her back too.
No, of course. Family's important.
Yeah, he's like on the verge of crying, like legit.
What?
I'll just give him a pat on the shoulder and then go check on Teresa.
And when you say that, like, when you say you guys have been like family, Claw will kind of like turn around and give you like, she'll give you a look.
I feel like me and Claw have had like this silent understanding between each other, and I probably like that just nod.
Honestly, since like, yeah, it would be a look of kind of like, just like understanding and just like sympathy, kind of. Let's go back to make this stew.
John, what are you doing with Teresa?
I am going to leave Constantine on Teresa, but not as a centipede. I am going to leave him on as his bunny form.
Zombunny.
His zombunny form.
Care to describe what that looks like?
So I always kind of think
No.
of it in my head as like this, like your standard like brown rabbit, kind of smaller, long ears, but zombied, so like very thin, very like emaciated, a little bit of like skeleton poking through, but still a little like soft and fluffy.
Yeah, I'm just imagining Teresa waking up and going, ah!
And I'm just gonna leave Constantine on there, and just tell him, let me know if anything changes with her status.
You got it. I'm just gonna. That thing where like the rabbit stretch and like does the big yawn and like stamps for a second before just like laying down.
Right.
Ooh, big stretch.
Ooh, big
Claw
stretch.
says, ooh, big stretch.
You have to say
It's
big
legal.
stretch.
It's illegal.
Legally
You don't.
have to do it.
Straight to jail if you don't.
Straight to jail.
And then yeah, John will go back to the room.
And I'm gonna have, well, I'm just gonna, yeah, Fang is gonna sit down at Typhoon's feet and just kind of like lean up against him.
Probably scratch his head. Yeah, he's right now. Typhoon's like recalling everything. I'll leave it at that. Actually, if anyone asks questions, I will answer. But right now, he's just recalling his entire past right now.
I mean, John would ask. John would ask like, what exactly happened to you? What was the last thing you remember with your family?
All I recall was, our parents were taking us on a trip somewhere, but I don't recall where or even if they told us where. And me and my sister just being silly kids, you know, just running around the ship and playing games, and we start to feel it sway harder and harder, and we're hearing creaks, like the wood just brushing up against each other. And we just stop to look at each other for a moment, like just as we turn around, just the split right between us, and all I saw is her go under. I never saw what happened to anybody else in the ship, but she was the nearest to me. I couldn't reach out to her, I couldn't grab her, and I got flung back, and I think I hit my head or something. But for a period of time, I also lost my memory, and I just remember getting picked up by well, you know, unsavory type of ship dwellers. And they took care of me. They truly looked out for me until I regained at least portions of my memory at a time. And even now, I don't have everything back, but I still remember her falling into just a dark, just water and sounds of the wood creaking and just screams. I don't know if it was my screams or someone else's, just I can hear the scream every time.
Before the accident on the ship, you don't remember your family being involved in any sort of illegal ventures or embezzlements or anything like that?
I mean, I know roughly I was probably around 6 or 7, maybe, if that. I know that they're pretty important and that they did handle and talk with like very important people, handled a lot of things, but I mean, every kid's gonna say their parents didn't seem shady, but all honesty, my parents, they seemed like good, righteous people that followed the rules and, you know, did what was asked of them and went above and beyond for everyone that they could, but as you see, that doesn't get you anywhere in this world.
Well, and to be fair, as you said, you were 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So there may have been things that you didn't catch or notice. Not assuming anything about your family, just pointing out.
There was a squint eye there. There was definitely a squint eye.
Like, you
as said that.
motherfucker.
Like,
I'm simply pointing out that you were a child.
I understand. Yeah.
Do you remember, and this is actually kind of important to your sister's situation, do you remember your sister doing anything oddly or being capable of strange things?
Strange things like what?
Like, was she weird in any sort of way?
I mean, as a brother, I always thought my sister was kind of weird, but no, outside of the norm.
Was she able to do magic?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, I think my parents may have been able to do a little bit if possible, but I don't know if it passed down to her. And even myself, I mean, I can do a little water magic, but I think it's because of what happened to me during that time.
Yes, you said that you and your sister fell into the ocean.
Yeah.
The entirely... John would know about the ocean.
Oh,
yes,
John
yes.
would definitely know that the entire ocean is made of the astral sea
Yes.
itself and its magic given form.
You and your sister fell inherently into magic.
Yeah, I don't even know how. Once I found out about it, I don't know how I survived, much less also my sister. So
What did the magic do to you?
I mean, like I said, I hit my head when I fell back, but I remember like going in, I just felt like stinging and tingling sensation, but I was in and out of consciousness the whole time. But as soon as I woke up, I mean, it took a second because, you know, ships don't really have mirrors or anything, but when I saw my reflection, you know, I was blue. My hair was not necessarily like normal hair, and well, I guess that would have freaked out most people, but I couldn't exactly remember any things about my past anyways, but I could tell it felt uncomfortable.
So
And
you're not a naturally born Ganassi.
no, I was an elf.
Well, that
before
explains
accident.
why you can't speak primordial.
Oh yeah, I don't. No, this is all an accident.
So the reason for this line of questioning is I'm from Campania. That's where I grew up.
You grew up in an insane asylum?
It's not really an insane asylum. What's on Campania is actually more like a grand fortress, which holds a lot of people, a lot of guards and detectives, but also a lot of people who deal with magical wares, specifically those found in Dryota, because Dryota is a place devoid of magic or that lacks magic. Artifacts are taken from Dryota and moved to Campania, where they become reactivated, and then people, you know, identify them, find their properties, store them, deem them harmful or not. If your sister was taken to Campania, that
Then maybe
means that there is
something happened to her,
something.
too.
Yes, there is something quite. Either she's capable of a very different type of magic, and that was interesting to somebody, or deemed dangerous by someone.
Probably the latter.
But it's not really a good thing if she's being kept there.
From your experience, is it difficult to get someone out?
Considering that the fortress is filled with law enforcement and mercenaries, probably.
But even an illegal perspective, getting someone out.
From a legal perspective, I'm sure. I mean, there's probably tons of bureaucratic red tape. Yes.
Roll me history if you'd like.
Roll me history.
Can't hurt to look at both avenues.
Well, I'm not gonna count that. Dirty 20.
There have been very few cases where someone has been, after being deemed by whatever body Campania deals with to incarcerate or admit somebody into Campania. It is very rare and takes a lot of sway
To get them out.
to get them out.
Yeah.
Or a lot of money.
Lots of bureaucratic red tape. You either need to have somebody with a lot of sway, and I'm not talking about something as simple as like a mayor. You need somebody who's powerful in the world. Either that or lots of money. It's pretty rare that once people are taken in, they're released.
You don't think Lady Tybalt would have enough sway, would you? Considering that I'm assuming this area is where a tried her.
Would I know the answer to that? I can assume no.
She does not.
No. It would probably require... John would know about probably needing to go to the High Council, correct?
Yes, it would probably take someone who has global reach.
You would need to probably seek,
Thank you.
something from the member of the High Council. Somebody who has global influence, not some mere political head of a region.
And I ask you, was it also the High Council that judged her?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, then we will have an issue.
But
I'd
it
very
would be
much like to
difficult.
get to know who judged her and who decided that a child should be blamed. for
Well,
what their
I
parents'
will
actions
tell
are.
you from what I know that the gentleman that we had a conversation with last night was one that was pushing for her arrest. Hence why I interjected in the conversation.
And I do appreciate that.
I'm not going to lie to you. I believe that you may be in danger.
That is what it is. I also believe, from what I heard, he seems to, I don't know if, I don't want to call it necessarily threatening, but he's also trying to guide Lady Tybalt into certain directions from what I overheard. So it seems like he's definitely trying to take power out.
Well,
several areas.
the way that things work here, Lady Tybalt is the political regent, but that being said, the guild merchants here hold the real power, and if they wanted to oust her, they could.
Yeah,
And they
it
may
seems
very
that's
well
the
do
case.
so.
Well, as you are the one who works here, I just want to give you that warning. Because you
Well-
might be next, as well as myself. But that
I
also
thought
lets me
that
know I
that
might
might
get
be-
out of here sooner than later.
I had thought that that might be the case when he mentioned when she mentioned she was meeting him last night. I will say that would I know if there would be a way that I could potentially have him visit his sister? Would that be a thing I could potentially arrange?
I mean, a normal person? No. But John to Saren. You know a way.
I know a couple ways, probably. Yeah.
You know the way.
It may not be much of a consolation, but I may be able to arrange or help arrange a visit for you to your sister.
Anything would be gratefully appreciated.
I will see what I can do.
Please, and anything helps. And anything to keep me calm, because I'm so close to getting that man and getting more information from him.
Well, I will advise against it.
I'm trying not to.
Partially because I am law enforcement in this city, but also because I fully believe that he is rather powerful. And even if you were to get a one-up on him, he certainly wouldn't be the last.
I believe it. I'm just being fully transparent. That's where I'm trying to fight the urge.
I appreciate your transparency. I am also going to have to pretend that I don't know that.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Claw, this stew smells wonderful.
Here's some bread someone gave me that I helped out this week as well.
Like after dinner.
Right.
Second dinner.
Second
That's
dinner.
literally what this is.
It's 11s.
11sies.
Where did you learn to make this?
I met a drow woman that helped me in the kitchens. Can you remind me her name?
Drow woman, good in the kitchen.
She wore finery.
Her name's
What was her name? I'm so sorry.
Lowry.
Pauline Lowry. Yeah. I believe her name was Pauline Lowry.
Oh, yes, Pauline.
I met her too.
Well, you meeting her makes a bit more sense. You're both ladies of the cloth.
Yeah, she helped out in the shelters and everything while I was there, and I think my first few dishes were unsatisfactory, and so she helped me learn how to actually create a dish that is edible.
Well, I didn't eat your supposedly unsatisfactory dishes, but I'm sure whatever you did was appreciated by the people of this town regardless.
Some of the looks I got showed that that might not have been the case, but thank you.
I did have a question for you, Claw. And forgive me if I'm sort of singling you out in front of the rest of your group, but I noticed that after the fire, even when Teresa was spiraling, for lack of a better word, you seem to sort of shut down. Is there a reason for that? I mean, no offense, you seem like you're the type to stand your ground and but you just seem sort of withdrawn.
She'll kind of tense up and take a deep breath and just... I've had experiences in my past that I was reminded of, and in a moment of weakness, I had to excuse myself in a sense and get some space.
When you say reminded you, you mean the situation was similar, or just that it was similar enough to sort of trigger that for you?
It was similar enough that it reminded me. It was the sudden destruction, I think, is really what got to me, and the fear and the screams. She'll kind of like tense up a bit more.
I'm sorry if I'm making you uncomfortable with the questions. I'm really just trying to get to know you. I'm sorry. It sounds like you've been through something quite traumatic.
It's okay. Thank you. I just don't talk about it much or revisit those times. It's a few years past, but it still feels very fresh in my mind and in my heart.
That's understandable. I was meaning to ask too. How did you come to have, he points to Fang, a drake for a companion?
She'll kind of loosen up a bit and smile and just, well, during the darkest point in my life when the destruction happened of my home and of my family, I was all alone, lying there in the midst of the debris, and I felt him kind of like within me, and he just happened to draw himself out and form and just be there. I didn't call upon him or make a bond with him that seems like you and Constantine have. He just materialized.
Every time Claw uses a big word, Dragon arches back on like,
Yeah.
Why do I
Just
feel like
getting
he's
it.
also occasionally like if she'll get stuck on a word, he's like
Mud
doing like
tit-
charades. Yeah.
Lies.
Whiteboard.
Right.
Look, Dragonheart is Claw's biggest cheerleader, alright?
Well, that actually that sounds, I mean, bittersweet, but beautiful in a way, having gone through this traumatic event of destruction and then from within yourself having this creature come to you. I mean, I think that that's probably a better bond than I'll ever have with Constantine.
It's very special, and beautiful is a very good word for it. I think he's all I had for a very long time until kind of like look around the room until I met these folks.
So you're all pretty close then.
Yes, we believe that we have gotten to the point of, as Typhoon mentioned, that I feel like we are family with each other, which is not something I ever expected to have again.
I can second that. I mean, as a group, we've definitely been through a lot together.
Yes. Even our newest members like Nariana and those we've lost like Rin, there's still a bond there and trust. It's very nice to have again.
I certainly imagine that trust is something that you need when you're traveling cross country with people.
Yeah.
Oh yes. It took some time, but I
Especially
do.
when there's a bounty on your head.
Yes.
Well,
And
hopefully
doppelgangers.
Hopefully
some kind
that'll
of
be the last of
imposters.
the bounty, and you don't have to worry about that anymore. The doppelgangers are, or whatever they are a bit more of a concern.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm sure that we'll get to the bottom of it. Hopefully, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I also couldn't help but notice that you seem a bit uncomfortable in this city. Is there anything that I can do to make your stay a bit more palatable?
It's it's just difficult to be surrounded by walls and buildings and not being able to see, the vastness of a forest or a grass field for me. So, as far as what you can do, I don't think that there's much, but I appreciate the concern.
Would I know if there's like a patrol that goes around outside the city? Well, if you would want to, they do patrols around the perimeter of the city. It would get you outside the walls a bit if you would be interested in that.
She'll smile at that for sure. I would appreciate that. I think that would help me calm the nerves.
Okay, I'll see if I can arrange that for you.
Thank you.
Of course. I mean, I feel rather bad that all of you have been drawn into the situation with the bounty, and then of course having yourselves all framed, more or less, for crimes you didn't commit, and then of course this situation with the attack on the Regent. It seems like it's been quite a lot. And all of this on the heels of losing your young friend.
Well,
So-
you have been very helpful, and it is much appreciated that you've helped advocate for us in certain situations, especially with the Lord Regent and clearing our names.
I will admit I was quite skeptical, but you do have your pink-haired friend to thank for that.
And I do appreciate how you handled us as soon as we came in versus how we've been handled since we came to this part of the sliver.
The people here misunderstand a lot.
I understand rumors, but I appreciate it.
Well, it's also a bit more difficult than that. For example, they see what I do as some type of weird northern magic. And I'm not from the north at all. They just don't quite understand certain things. They have a different view, and can be a little quick to judge.
It seems that people here can be very close-minded on a lot of things.
They can,
Fearful.
but they're still good. There are still good people here.
And yes, I don't deny it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here helping them and fighting for them.
Well,
But people
and
will be people.
if they don't appreciate what you've done for them at this point, then they're never going to. But I'm sure that those who do appreciate it genuinely appreciate it.
Can I roll like an insight on my time with the townsfolk, kind of?
Oh yeah, totally. Give it to me.
Okay.
Hit me with it.
Hit me with your best
Oh my god. I got a nat 1.
Oh my
I've got
goodness.
some really, really bad news.
You have no idea.
You're
You
already
think they hate you.
not good at reading people, especially city folk, and with everything that's happened and how people are reacting, you don't know if they're reacting the way or treating you the way they are because of what happened to them, because of you, because of their own stuff. So you are just like,
That roll is really in line with the
No, like,
character,
yeah.
though. That roll is really in line with the character.
kind of
Yeah.
like when you have a conversation with somebody and they say all these words that can be construed as positive, but then they deliver it in a not great way, so you're like, I don't know how to make that conversation.
I
Literally
feel
cannot.
so attacked right now. Literally so attacked right now.
What was it, 53?
169.
169.
God, if only
169.
53 would be easy to read.
Yeah.
Have any of you had trouble with the locals?
No, not since like helping them out. Like I said, I just got this gift basket of bread from someone I helped out earlier. They've been very kind to us, and or at least to me, and very kind.
I didn't like the cathedral.
What would John know about the cathedral?
It's
not his forte, but
I gotta think of it from the perspective of someone who lives here in law enforcement. You would know that the cathedral is multi-denominational, not non-denominational.
Right.
They have a pantheon.
got it.
There is a variety. They are mostly gods of like bounty and nature and harvest and the sun.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one deity that is more moon-based, and it's not even really a deity. It's more of just people sometimes worship the raw power of the moon. There's no
got it.
deity tied to it.
Got it.
But they allow any faith to come and pray, but not any faith can go to its service.
Got it. Yeah, I admittedly I'm a bit separated from the church myself, but they do seem to have. They say that they're rather open to variety of faiths, but they really sort of limit the services that they do provide to a certain groups. I've never really had issues with them per se, but
They separated the unclean from the ones that worship their gods.
unclean
Because-
like
That's how they described it to me. The ones that didn't follow the sun gods.
Oh, they started calling your religion unclean?
I guess anything twilight or lunar isn't acceptable for them.
they don't necessarily worship a lunar deity. More the power of the moon really itself, but I'm sorry that you experienced that, being a follower of Saloon. who is obviously a deity of the moon. This is why I don't care for organized religion much, but that does sound rather disappointing.
Especially in times of need, it shouldn't matter who you worship. You should receive the same help as anybody else.
I agree with you.
They wouldn't even let me in the building.
Really?
I had to go around back. Yeah.
Did you tell them that you had been appointed as an investigator?
I did not.
We'll have a talk with them. If nothing
not
else,
used to-
if nothing else, you should be able to have access. I understand why they may not allow you to a certain service, particularly one to the sun deity or bounty or whatever, one outside of your religious domain, but you should, if nothing else, be allowed inside the cathedral.
I respect all religions, but that was just unacceptable to me.
Well, it's not. You can respect them, but they clearly aren't respecting you. And you deserve that respect. Anybody deserves that respect. Well, outside of that, nothing on any of your patrols. No problems so far.
No, not at all.
I probably should have mentioned, obviously, if there had been any problems. We would prefer to bring people in alive, correct? Not just yes. We would rather arrest instead of harm,
Unaliving them.
if we can.
Unalive.
Obviously, there are certain situations you may be in that calls for it, but 9 times out of 10, it's probably avoidable.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, so far, I haven't had any people that have had to subdue or anything this week, so.
Good. So you all enjoy traveling together?
They're
Can
decent
we-
people.
It's so far.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's been fun the times we have, but we've been more so having to travel together at the same time.
I was a
You know
little
what I mean?
curious about the build-up of your traveling companions. Just you all seem to have been working for Duke Thorn at some point, or
With the
most
exception
you.
of me.
Well, technically, I work for Thorn. Claw works for me.
Yeah.
So Claw works for you, okay?
Well, via my dad.
Well, that actually makes a bit more sense. Wait, well, actually, no, it makes less sense.
So it kind of all started out. We initially met at Rin's birthday party at Duke Leopold Thorn's estate.
I was a present.
Yes, him and his father were present in the form of a show.
Wait, the nobles are buying people?
No, as in we were paid to do an entertainment. My dad and I had an
Oh,
exhibition match.
Okay.
I was an
Who won?
appraisal for.
Dad won by a hair.
It was very close. I was appraising Teresa's father's gift, and Teresa was going on behalf of her father. Claw was your bodyguard, I believe, right, Dragonheart?
Claw, yeah, was my guide and bodyguard.
And
Escorting.
that's
Guide.
that's-
and
who's everybody, right?
escort
Yep,
mission, you know, you're essentially a guide and a bodyguard.
Yeah. And so that's where we all met, and
So allow me
Partied
to
and had a good
clarify.
time.
Just let me clarify. You, a pirate, were traveling. Just go with my line of thinking.
he's like straight face. He's like at this point he doesn't care.
Just go with my
You,
line of thinking for a
A
moment.
pirate.
You, a
Not
pirate,
letting
were
it phase him.
follow my line of thinking. Shush.
I can't.
A pirate was traveling with the daughter of an arrested man to deliver a gift to the Duke of the North's child for their birthday that the Duke apparently ordered from the arrested man. Do you see how there's a little confusion on the if things are above the level there.
I mean, I haven't been a pride in a long time. I haven't been appraisal for quite so many years. And as far as Teresa's father, I personally knew nothing about it. I don't think even Teresa knew anything about it until we found out later.
Okay.
So I think maybe like a week after the party did we find out that he was arrested?
So you are actually an appraiser.
Yes. I've
Former
been trained.
pirate.
Former pride. I've been trained by Zachariah in the Dryota area. It's famous, well-known appraiser.
John's just gonna like kind of mumble to Rin something about, can you stop drawing him on a pirate ship, please?
No, no.
And the water goes.
Well, my apologies.
Pirate ship go burr.
It seems my intel was not up to date on the state of your career.
It still comes out at times when it needs to.
When it needs to, interesting. But no, I do have
appraisals
to.
When was the last
to fight,
appraiser you heard
so-
have to stab
What-
a monster?
Exactly.
What was the item that Teresa's father made? Just out of curiosity.
I'll point to, if Teresa's wearing it, I'll point to the necklace Teresa is wearing. Is that necklace right there?
Is Teresa have the necklace?
Yeah, she took the necklace as part of one of the gifts. Yeah, she did. I wrote it down.
She took the necklace. I
She
know
took
she
the
took
necklace and the box. I wrote it down.
Because
Everyone
I thought
who
the
took
necklace
everything.
went with Rin.
No, he left it in the box.
Let me let me break immersion real quick.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I don't
I
honestly
check the
remember.
notes.
Rin was dying.
Everyone
What
was
was
having
going on?
issues.
There was a lot going on.
It was a trinket box with a ballerina on it. The ruby necklace was inside. Teresa took it.
The necklace was inside the
Well, Rin was wearing the
Box.
necklace.
Her dad
but
only
got
her
the
dad
stuff
came
back.
and
Yes,
gave us
I'm
stuff.
checking my notes. Yes,
Okay, so
Teresa
Teresa
does have
had
a
the
my
necklace.
note-taking skills on point. Let's go.
took my off my notes to get there. I have a lot of
No,
notes.
not just saying. I'm happy about my own notes.
Yes.
Um,
So technically, yeah, Teresa is wearing it.
I'm curious about the ties between Duke Thorne and Charles Marigold. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. It's not entirely. They could know each other through various means, but it's interesting nonetheless.
I mean, as far as I know, Teresa's father is very well known, especially for what I'm guessing engineering and different things. So I wouldn't be surprised if him being well known to a lot of people and probably being asked to do different things for those people. So I wouldn't put it past them that they know each other. And now that they're both kind of, one's in jail and one's, I don't know what he's going through a lot. But he's doing his own thing. Like, he had to leave his household when we were leaving with Ren. He asked us to take Ren with us and I guess show her the world in a sense. And that's where we became an official party. That was the day after her birthday, I believe. Or the night of her birthday.
Very strange.
Yeah, and then we've all been together since, pretty much. Teresa joining us midway through.
Nariana.
Sorry, to Ariana. Yep, my bad.
Saved
But,
your asses.
And yeah, there was a lot of rough areas. We
And
went
Nariana,
to-
you were sent by someone to
Who
watch
did
over
send
Teresa,
you?
Correct.
and you are uncertain of who.
I feel like it's her father, but I can't be sure.
Was it like a divine message type thing?
It was a request made through the church.
Oh, like a written request. I mean, that's fair. Teresa has also a lot going on, especially with whatever is happening. I've only past couple days I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to her about it or seen much, but just can see in the way she carries herself.
Whatever is going on with her certainly needs to be dealt with. She's
That's
attacking her friends,
yes.
blacking out, having this happen. It can't be safe for any of you.
Yeah,
It happened
maybe
before, and it was fine for until this.
What happened when it happened before?
She kind of glazed over and started attacking us. But we were able to subdue her, and she came to. Didn't remember exactly what happened, just like this last time, and then we just kind of let it go.
If I remember from last session, Teresa had talked about hearing another voice, right? Or am I misremembering?
She did bring up like having someone else to talk to in her.
I think she came clean about that, but like me and Claw weren't there, right? We were helping.
Oh yeah, I'm
heal
trying to
other
remember who
people.
was in that conversation.
I know I wasn't.
It was
there.
whoever was
I think
there
Claw
whenever
was in
she
a
woke
tree.
up.
Yeah, Claw was in a tree,
Oh yeah, I was in a tree. As per usual.
and I was
Just tree
and
girl
we were helping
things.
people out. Yeah.
Tree girl things.
Oh my god, tree girl things.
So, yeah, it would have been Dragonheart, John, and Nariana.
Okay.
With
She I know she had mentioned something about having having two people inside of her. Maybe there's the connection between her switching like this, and obviously we'd need to discuss with her when she regains consciousness, to kind of find out a bit more about that.
Huh.
Yeah, there was a time that we I don't remember what happened, but I remember seeing her arm glowing with like blue light instead of where you see blood. It was like blue wiring. I don't think she's who she even thinks she is.
Huh.
Well, I suppose we'll have to wait until she awakes.
Yeah. I mean, if it's something with the mind, only she can probably overcome it at this point.
Dragonheart's sitting there just thinking like, oh yeah, I probably should have figured that out when I was fighting her and I knew she had metal arms.
you now think back to every single time that she blocked and you hit, and it was like that feels like a strong bone.
Well, because there was that time we sparred and I incited the fight and I was like, oh, you don't have regular arms.
Exactly.
Gotcha. You're part robot, probably, but I don't need to worry about it.
Bam.
Alright, well, I mean, I don't want to, like, push everybody about everything. I've appreciated all of your help that you've done here around the city. I'd like to try to repay that in some way. Obviously, Typhoon, I could help you. Maybe talk to your sister.
Yes, any information.
I could potentially try to help figure out what's going on with Teresa. Nariana, Claw, Dragonheart, I don't know if there's ways I may be able to help the three of you.
You've helped a lot already, and it's very much appreciated, but you are an investigator, so I believe that if you are willing to, you could also be useful, yes, to Typhoon and Teresa. I currently don't have anything that needs investigating, so I believe that I'm fine.
Claus said it's the only thing that John ever does. It's only investigate.
I mean,
Not
Right
even
now,
completely sure what
investigating.
investigating means. Yeah.
Investigating us right now.
She's like, I don't know what to do.
the pondering thoughts while she was saying that.
Well, yes, I could investigate things. I just, like I said, I'm just trying to look for ways that I can maybe repay this favor that I owe.
Well, I mean, there's always the helping us investigate the doppelganger situation.
Yes.
That is
Ah.
true.
Can't say that we have any leads on that, and if someone's impersonating us, besmirching the names that we have, especially, not to sound like that guy, but I kind of have a legacy that I'm supposed to be upholding. It's gonna be hard if someone's running around saying, "Look, I'm Dragonheart," and then like crime.
Yeah, that really wouldn't be good for your name, would it?
No, it would not be.
Not at all.
Neither, I would assume, for a holy woman.
Not at all.
So, yeah, I suppose I could help with that. What do you, Nariana? What do you do outside of being a holy woman? Just out of curiosity.
I read a lot. I help the family, help with prayer, the church. Just pretty much my life is revolved around church. This is a new adventure for me.
Is this your first time away from your church?
It is.
Oh, well, my apologies that this is your first experience of the world.
It's
I'm sure-
eye-opening, that's for sure.
I'd say give it more chances. There's a lot of beautiful things in the world.
You know, it's
course.
sad to say this was Ren's, Marissa's, and Teresa's first time out in the world, and this is the turnout. I mean, I know there are good things in the world, but it just reminds you that there are equally bad things in the world.
There's a silver lining in everything.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say from what I know of Rin, they always see the silver lining. Or make their own up, from what I understand.
They were
There
always
is
a
only
ball
silver.
of joy.
Yes, they were telling me about how the Order of Tarts name about their tart making. It is a little sad because I know that they had wanted to open a tart bakery.
Yeah.
It's always hard anytime you have a life full of potential and then it's just gone.
Especially so young.
Can I investigate the kitchen to see if there's stuff to make tarts?
I'll let you take 20 on that, and yes, there are
Okay.
it's going to take some time. There are not enough cooking equipment to make it in a decent all at once. You're going to have to, like, do one step, clean, 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 clean. Do the next step, clean, 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 clean.
I'll help
Also-
her.
Perfect.
This
Yeah,
is
we'll
where-
stay up and do it.
This is where a wizard with prestidigitation would just be like,
Oh
pass it between my hands.
I don't have that spell.
Oh,
I don't have that spell.
So,
Okay.
Yet.
No, I probably won't.
you're high enough level. They don't
It's
know
not
what
John's MO.
Oh, make things clean? Weird.
John has one specific skill set.
That's dead.
Well, yes, I'm sorry if my questioning has felt like interrogation at all.
No, it's fair.
No, I feel great.
Honestly, that was some sad parts to it. It's understandable that you want to know more about us.
Well, I mean, can you blame me? I mean, you all were, as of just a week ago, wanted criminals, and
Yeah.
now heroes of the
Yeah.
city.
That's very fair. Can't hurt to be cautious.
No, it really can't. Well, sometimes it can, I think.
Overly cautious, yes. But a decent amount of cautious is never wrong.
I don't know how long Teresa's gonna be out for. I did send Constantine to look over her. He'll stay there until I command him otherwise.
Have we decided what we're doing after this?
As in where we're going once we finish helping the town?
Yes.
Well, there's been a number of options, I think. There is the doppelganger situation. There is going to Teresa's dad that she expressed interest in doing. There is your family debacle.
Mm-hmm.
The impersonators do seem to be
Problematic.
a little problematic.
Yeah. Though I also want to help my sister out as soon as possible. I think
Of
also
course.
like helping Teresa not attack us might be more priority. Just, now that I've calmed down a little bit, I don't. We already gotta look over our shoulders of enough things already. I don't want to have to look over our shoulder like that's a few inches behind me.
That's
Just-
understandable.
Yeah. I mean, she's a good kid too. She deserves to have peace of mind.
Well, if we want to find out what's going on with Teresa, we'll have to talk with her first. But
Yeah.
we'll probably. I would say that would be probably the good place to start. Besides getting to Campania, even with inside help, is gonna take a little time. It's all about the red tape, as it were.
I mean, she's been there and survived this long. I'm sure she'll be okay until we can figure things out. Yes.
I don't think she's going anywhere.
He's like
that-
side-eyed you, but like also a slight chuckle too.
Was that a joke? Or
She'll just go back to like making tarts.
like a squint smile. That's what I have, like a squinted smile. Like, okay, I see what you did there. That was dirty, but that was funny.
Hey man, 10 charisma. It doesn't help all the time.
So, but yes, we'll need to have Teresa wake up first, to really get a lead on that. Although, it wouldn't surprise me if it. Can I do like an insight check to see if I can maybe put some pieces together about like what he said about the weird blue army thing, and then like the fact that Teresa's father's an artificer?
I mean, she was just glowing a hologram out of her body too, wasn't she?
Yeah. Could I like?
So no, that would logically track. I was gonna let your intuition on this.
Got it,
of
got
being
it,
a
okay.
fucking-
Your passive is enough.
Your flat intelligence is a 20.
I want it. Listen, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not like.
Oh, I get it, but also
Yeah.
this is one of the more abundantly clear. Like, wait a minute.
So John's gonna be like, yeah, we'll have to wait for her to wake up and. Oh. I think that we need to. Her father's a great artificer, right? And
Yeah.
you said that Teresa had weird glowing arm things where blood should have been, and obviously there was just this projection.
Okay, so like we're thinking the same thing, I think, but
I think we are thinking the same thing if you're thinking what I'm thinking.
she's not human.
She's not
and,
human.
Like, yeah, no.
And I think I'm gonna take it a step further and say that maybe he, being an artificer,
You think he
made
created
her? Maybe?
I mean, from what I hear from his talents, I guess I wouldn't put it past him.
But she has such a soul to her.
I mean, you can do a lot with a soul.
And with magic, you can really do a lot, yeah.
I would just like to say that Claw, I need you to roll me 3d20 and give me the lowest.
Oh boy.
God, okay.
I have
Oh,
so many
no.
questions on this roll. What?
It's probably to see how much she
I was gonna say,
understands.
is this a
I was
following the
gonna ask
conversation?
if I should. Yeah,
Yes, that's exactly what this
Okay.
is.
that one, baby.
Hey.
So
Oh my
with
God.
that, they start
Tarts,
talking
tarts,
about
tarts.
robots and souls and artificing
Artificers.
and like you. This like at a certain point, it sounds as if they're speaking a foreign language to a foreign language to a dead language. Like at a certain point they're saying words and like this is nothingness. You're saying nothingness.
You're not saying anything. Like I can't understand.
Why are we like
It's like you're trying to speak to me. I know it.
Kind of like at a certain
Yeah.
point you get a little like frustrated because it sounds like they're not saying words that make sense, so you can't tell if they're just making sounds or
Yeah.
if they're speaking. So you're like there's that moment of when you're so outside of the joke you get mad that you don't know. So it's kind of like that initial like I don't like this.
I feel very uncomfortable right now.
Exactly. You understand most of it when it gets to certain scientific things.
I was gonna say, it's like we've said, I've interacted with Warforges. I'm like, yeah, it's something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
I think we may need to. Well, this is going to be a problem because Charles Marigold is in prison. But we may need to see if we can find a way. If he did create her, if she can't stop the problem herself,
She said there's two. There's
We-
two people in her. Right?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Do you think it's two souls fighting for, I guess, control?
maybe, but that's not really my specialty. I couldn't tell you really the first thing about putting things in a body, just removing things out of a body.
I mean, if you could remove things out of a body, then maybe.
Well, I certainly can't pull a soul out of a body. Not. Without,
Oh, okay.
not without unaliving someone. I don't want to do that.
That's we appreciate that.
But I think we're going to need, if an artificer created her, I think we're going to need an artificer's mind on this. Which means I think we need to go to Taroga.
You looking up where Taroga is?
Left.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see it. It's right. Thank you very much.
Hold on. We're gonna take a quick side one. Taroga is to the left? I made the map.
You're saying Troga, right?
Taroga, not Dryota.
No. So not Troga.
No, not Troga, the city. Taroga.
Oh, dude, those are too close a name. Okay.
Taroga.
It's like
and
North
Troga.
Dakota and South Dakota.
It's like
I'm
Kansas
saying.
and Arkansas.
It's like Georgia and Georgia.
America,
Exactly, Georgia, and like New York and New York,
and Rome and Rome. Yeah, and
Exactly.
Springfield, and Springfield.
and Washington and Washington.
Yeah.
Like
Look, I'm saying, well, I'm just saying.
And Virginia and Virginia.
exactly.
It's very common.
But yes,
It's like
left.
meeting two
England and
Brandons.
New England.
Yeah, you would. I mean, you. I'll say that Typhoon doesn't react like that because you picked her up from her house in Taroga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was asking out of character anyways.
So yes, Taroga. You know exactly how to get to where she's from.
I do know how to get to where she's from. Like I picked her up at her house, basically.
Do you know where in Taroga?
Yes, I do. But my concern is that if her father is arrested, if we bring her back, one, there was already a bounty with our names out on it, even if it is like null and void. They know we're all a party together. Do you think they'll arrest us as well to get information or something?
For Teresa, it's a risk worth taking.
I agree. I just if that's the case, we need to approach it differently than just blatantly
I
like,
am-
hey.
I wouldn't be familiar with the laws of Chiroga.
Not in the slightest. What you would be familiar with, if most like warrants and bounties and things like that don't cross slivers unless it gets stupid
serious?
lucrative.
Got it.
Okay.
I'm not really sure how the law in Chiroga works. It's not likely that the bounty made it over there.
Okay.
Now, whether or not she may be in
Wanted.
danger because he is arrested, that's a different story.
Yeah.
I may be able to actually reach out to somebody to find out. I have a friend who lives over there.
Oh, that'd be perfect. And then, if
I
maybe we can
can-
disguise her.
I can maybe reach out to her and see if she may be able to give a little more insight. Not guaranteed, but she is an artificer herself, so maybe she's in that community and could ask around.
If she's an artificer,
She's
well, I guess it'd
not
be
that
better to
kind
talk
of
to her.
artificer. She's more of the kind of artificer who would build machines, but not necessarily that kind of machine.
Yeah, another human. Oh, no, I get you. I don't know any artificer that's done that before. But hey, that's at least a step.
Alright, I'll have to find some way to contact her, but I'll have to see if anybody can lend me a spell.
Here's a question, and it may sound crass, but if she's part machine, wouldn't reprogramming her work?
Outside my wheelhouse, I could not tell you.
I don't know, because if there's already 2 souls in her, who's to say it won't happen again, you know, over time? Maybe, like, wears out.
And also, who are we to decide which soul gets control?
Priority, yeah. I mean, we don't know who's in her. We don't... It sounds, I guess, a little bit rude, but in this case, we don't know who Teresa is. You know what I mean?
That's true. We don't know if there are 2 souls. We don't know whose body this is, and we don't know who's
If she
there.
is truly who she is, or, you know, if this is a facade that she believes in.
Not only that, but if her mind has been fractured in this way, we don't actually know that whatever she remembers or tells us is the truth.
Yeah, exactly. It's so much fun.
It is.
I curse our DM god. No, I'm kidding.
Dance for me, my pretties.
Well, I think that we have a pretty clear path of what to do
yeah.
next. I'll help with this. I would need to put in leave, but
We appreciate that.
of course. So I'll reach out to my friend over in Chiroga and see if she knows anything. If nothing else, if we do go to Chiroga, maybe she can give us a place to stay.
And that's something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure that Teresa's house is probably being watched now that I think about it, or something like that.
Well, that was my concern as well.
Yeah. Well, for now, let's just get through, I guess, this upcoming weekend. Go from there.
All right.
Okay. You would know to contact Peach. She did give you a tiny gear.
Sweet. I just also remembered that I named her Peach, and now I'm thinking it's Peaches, 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 Peaches.
Great song if you haven't heard. I haven't seen the movie yet. If that's in the movie, 10 out of 10.
It is the
10 out of 10.
It is the movie.
I don't guess the movie now. Look, but you would know. Yeah, you.
She gave me something.
It's takes like a long time to recharge because it's a very ambient collecting sending gear
Got it.
that she made, but you can click it, use it.
Got it. I'm gonna go dig for it then. Because I probably put it somewhere and forgot it, and yeah.
Give me an investigation.
I swear to God, if I roll real low on this.
Oh, I swear to. I hope you do.
Well, I rolled a 7, but that's 15.
No, I can't. That's pretty good.
It's still good.
That's still pretty good. Really
still
hoping
good.
you would have just like forgotten, be like, walk in your room. Right. Shit.
Yeah, literally.
And like you try to instinctually call for Constantine to come help you, but you're like, shit, Teresa. So yeah, you find it in a relative. There is one of your various family like mementos is just a tiny lockbox your father made during his youth in traveling. So it doesn't hold many things, but a tiny gear easily fits.
Yeah. So yeah, remembering that I have that, I'd pull it out. And I guess I'd activate it. It just works like a sending stone, I'm assuming.
There's only one caveat.
What's the caveat?
You have to say over when you're done talking.
Got it. Peach, I hope you're doing well. I was hoping I could reach out to you about a situation that a friend of mine is dealing with over on Taroga. If you could call me back at your earliest convenience. Thank you, over.
When time are you doing this?
Whenever. I feel like she would be like,
If you give
And
me
John
an
would know that.
insight, it's been a while. You're still friends, but it's been a while since you've been in like direct contact.
10.
10. There's a 50-50 shot that her night owl personality has carried through.
Got it. Okay.
So are you picking?
Just after we eat food.
So middle of the night, literally, you've
yeah.
eaten the second dinner after the stew's done, and you go and you just pull out this thing and you immediately talk and you just hear back. So, oh, hi. Shit. Sounds good. I'm currently in Felidin?
Everybody going to their map. Wait, can we hear this?
No.
Oh.
I can help how I can.
Bottom half. It's in the middle of the bottom half.
Hope you're well. Over.
This is a 1 time per day use.
Yeah.
This is why John would have done it. Like, I was shooting for after dinner before midnight. Like, but.
Oh, it takes a long. Because it takes a long time. It takes more than 1 day for this. It's not a true sending.
Oh, got it. Okay. So, all right, but I at least put it out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how she responded to you.
Yeah.
So. You know where she's at, and you know she's willing to help.
All right. Cool.
So you all get, your long rest to digest not only a very lavish dinner, but apparently a second stew dinner.
Hell yeah,
These are the ones that we
second dinner.
prefer.
I didn't realize that the dessert that they gave you was a bunch of pot brownies. Y'all just got hungry again.
Look, a stew dinner around the group is
I mean-
kind of like our tradition, so
I
I
get it,
lost
but
my
it's-
appetite at the real dinner in the first place, so
that's true.
I didn't really eat much.
Give me the food. So y'all get your long rest.
Yeah.
So you reconvene, John. You come back.
And we level up.
You're funny.
Thank you. My next character is gonna be a bard.
Aren't they all? Because my
I've
next
never
one
done
after
one
John
yet.
is a bard.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Got a whole
Actually,
bard
mine's
party.
Static Shock
I'd
and a
rather
bard.
die.
All right, now it has to be a
A
bard.
bardie?
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, never mind.
So yeah, and the next morning after everybody wakes up, John will just say, "So I reached out to my old friend Peach. She's currently in Felidin, over in Taroga. She'd be willing to help out. And I trust her.
Paladin?
Felidin, yes.
That's where Teresa lived. That her like whole house. Everyone knows her there.
I don't believe in coincidences. So to say that's convenient.
A little bit more than convenience.
But I do trust Peach. I've known her for a long time. We were very close. We were very close at one time.
I mean, considering the things that you do and what and who you talk to, I trust your judgment in people.
But
I don't know. I don't know if I trust you yet, John. Hit me. Do it. Punch me right here. Right in the face. Do it.
He likes strength.
I can't trust you till you punch me.
Here, if you raise your elbow, I'll hit your elbow to hit him.
Are you saying you don't trust me?
No. I have fought Teresa. I have fought Claw. I have fought Typhoon. I trust them right now. Punch me, John, or I don't trust you.
I cannot fight you. It's
no, it's not a fight.
I'm not going to first off, I am not going to hit you.
Your glasses look stupid.
I mean,
that's really. I'm going to tell Constantine that you said
sparring.
that. But
Sparring is allowed. There is a training ground.
And we are in like the barracks area where your soldiers are trained, if I'm correct.
I'm not.
Nariana's upset, so she's gonna go up and attempt to punch him.
Roll to attack with advantage because right now Dragonheart is focusing in on trying to get John to punch.
Dude, I just gonna watch it. I not gonna say nothing.
Oh, I rolled 2 18s. 18 plus 6.
Good dude.
Just you.
I'm gonna capitalize on this moment and backhand him.
Just roll to attack with advantage. He's got. So right now you're like, hit me. You just hear, and you're like, oh, that's not.
I just rolled 2 19s, so.
With your minus.
Hold on.
With your minus.
Plus 2 actually for unarmed. So 21.
Okay.
It does no damage.
Oh, because you can do dex.
Yes.
That's why I said. I was like, it should be a minus.
This cheers up, Typhoon.
So yeah, you get like punch
Typhoon is
and then
happy.
So right now your cheeks are a little swollen. You're like a little talking like this, but you were successfully punched by two separate people.
Hearty laugh.
Just like Nariana, cheap shot. Don't trust. Opportunity like that. All right.
Oh my
Trust
God.
Forbidden.
I give hearty laugh. I would give you my rum just to drink it. Like that's great.
As John's
I love
like,
you guys.
Did not find that enjoyable.
Was
Dude, you think
meant
hitting
to be
him
enjoyable
hurts?
for you?
Hit Teresa. Well, don't hit Teresa, but like hit Teresa. more.
This is easy.
I'm not going to hit. I would prefer not to hit anyone.
No, I mean,
I'm not
That's fair.
particularly a violent individual.
no.
I mean, would you say you
mean
respect other
in the
people's
terms
cultures when you
of
work with them?
Sparring.
I try to respect other people's cultures
Well,
while
there you
working
go.
within the confines of the law.
What was unlawful
You know,
about
it's-
what we did?
it's-
I asked you to do it.
And it's pretty natural for teams to spar together to get to know each other on the field better.
On the field of battle, the field of battle that I do not work on.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be real honest with you. If you do wanna join us in an adventure, I don't know why, but it seems like at any given moment, the weirdest shit flies off the wall and shit goes down. Oh man, there was the bandits. Then there was the dragons. Then there's more bandit, and then there's explosive housing. I'm just warning you now. I better be prepared than not to be prepared.
Grins in the background like, don't forget Bubbles the frog.
And don't forget when Claw got eaten for a little bit.
That was in between the bandits and the dragon.
I am capable of taking care of and protecting myself, and I can inflict damage if I need to. I was trained for that, but I don't want to, is what I'm saying. It's not something I don't get enjoyment out of hurting people.
I mean, that's fair. I guess, yeah, with what you do, that kind of makes sense then, because correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you told us this also, but you see the dead, right?
I do not all the dead, but I see some of the dead. They come to me. I can talk with them. I can, to a degree, I can control corpses, although I'm not particularly a fan of doing that either, but there's times where it could be a necessity.
I put my hand on your shoulder and pat you, and like just thinking of your personality and dealing with the more talkative dead people. I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
And that's it.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I mean, you can learn.
It must be rough to just deal with talking random corpses.
I mean, some are a bit stubborn, but often you can learn more from the dead than you can from the living. I mean, if somebody is
annoying ones.
murdered and they die, but they saw their murderer, it's quite easy to ask them and get their first-hand account. I mean, not that corpses never lie, but it does make it a bit more simple.
I imagine they have less reason to lie, though.
Well, some of them...
Does it matter how long?
I didn't say
a
no
person's
reason,
been
but less
dead?
reason.
Does it matter how long a person's been dead on if you can talk
to them? I don't think it matters how long,
No,
but I think
as long as
I think it matters when the spell was last cast on them.
Yes.
What do you mean when the spell
You
was
can't.
last-
You can't. If so, like, let's say you and a rival group were grave robbing, and you both needed to go talk to a dead person so you could find a secret space. If
No, I
they
was
got
just
there
thinking if
first,
I ever
cast
found
the
my parents'
spell.
bodies.
Yeah. So it depends on. So if they cast the spell before you guys get there, you guys wouldn't be able to do it for a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's a 10-day waiting period.
Yeah, you'd have to. So you have to wait 10
Oh.
days between casting on the same dead body. So
John will just say, as long as they technically are able to speak, they have to have a mouth. Then I can theoretically.
Okay, I'm gonna table that. All right. That is a very interesting. And you were just training this growing up?
Well, it's like I said, it started just talking to spirits. Spirits came to me, and then that kind of drove me to learn more about necromancy.
You know, I just realized something. You never really talk about your family. Do you have family?
Well, my mother's dead.
I'm sorry.
My-
To hear
It's alright, it was quite a while ago.
that.
My father, he is a guard, working at Campania. We have a bit of a okay but tense relationship.
Okay. I appreciate you opening up.
Yes. But I do love my parents, dead or otherwise.
I know that feeling. Been a stressful and very emotional night. I'm gonna knock out soon.
this is already
This
the
is
next
a
day.
morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, yesterday was very stressful and emotional.
I'm gonna knock out.
I'm gonna go take
Easy.
a quick 20-minute nap.
I'm gonna restart my day real quick.
And just hit the fast forward button. Man, yesterday was weird.
It's crazy.
So you all go about your, if you're going to, if there's nothing else you need to discuss in the morning.
I did have a quick question for John. I just from your own perspective and handling with this person, if he does, I forgot his name, but if the guy approaches me, how should I handle him?
Sorry, I'm on the clock.
Honestly, that's what I was thinking.
I would simply say that you are unfortunately doing your job right now. I would, unless you are yourself accosted by other guards, I would withhold information. Don't feel like you have to tell him anything.
Okay. All right, I just wanted to get it from your perspective. Appreciate it.
That's about the best I can offer right now.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Or maybe take Dragonheart with you too. I'm not going to lie to you. I like I said, I feel like you're unsafe, and I don't think that you should be wandering the city alone.
I mean, I do appreciate that. I'm sure I can take care of myself for the most part, but having backup
I'm sure
will
you
definitely
can.
not hurt.
I'm sure you can too. I feel like
I will never say no to backup.
I think it would be a smart idea.
Hey, having backup has gotten us this far, so.
Sorry.
Dragonheart ready to patrol the city.
Doing DM stuff.
We can be
Doing
Batman and
DM
Robin.
stuff. Quit DMing
Obviously,
your girl.
I am Batman or Robin.
Okay. So you guys are getting ready to take on your second week in the city. We are going to take a quick break at this point. We'll come back to you guys.
Karate chopping foes. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're gonna come into a '70s action film. Still fun. All right. So we will be right back.
Baba Booey.
It didn't go to break yet. It didn't do the thing.
Baba Booey.
I need to double check it. It's so weird.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
now that you're still here,
7.
And we're back.
Purple.
I hope they heard 7 purple.
7 purple.
unicorn.
Stands up and just leaves.
You're
What
the,
an odd activation.
you're the winter soldier.
7 purple. That was it. 2 words. Leads a whole bunch of casualties. So we rejoin with you all, doing your task. You're continuing for some of you. Specifically for John, this week you said you were going to be healing.
I can't heal.
More of not you. You
They
explained.
say that's not a thing I can do.
You didn't. You said healing in the sense of like checking and being part of that. Like you're checking for if they have a risk or not of becoming a zombie.
Oh, I thought that's what I did week 1.
No, you
Yeah.
investigated for the majority of it.
Oh, I thought week 2 you were supposed to be patrolling with.
That's what I thought too.
Because originally it was going to be Shiro and I
Yeah, I only see.
patrolling, and then
I have it written down as.
and then John was like, "Well, maybe
investigating
I
it.
should patrol
That's it.
with Shiro with Typhoon." And Dragonheart was like,
I don't remember. I
"Fine."
slept since then. Sure.
I'm just saying when I wrote down because when I asked if you guys wanted to do, I wrote down everything you guys wanted to do.
I don't.
So I have dead people investigation, and then checking on zombie patients.
Well, but like I said, I think that's what I did week 1.
You did
'cause
part of
that's
it.
what
We
I-
talked about there's only so many days.
Yeah,
So you did investigate and you did some of the checks
got it. Okay, so that's just what I'm doing both weeks. Got it.
because there's nothing else to investigate. You can. I'll let you if you want to, like patrol about.
No, that's fine.
Do you want to patrol about?
No, it's
Do
good.
you want to police? Does the policeman want to
It's
police?
fine.
I was just thinking of John being like, I want to go out there.
As John's going, Dragonheart would ask him how prevalent we are possibly going to see zombies. Is this a... Because it seems like a normal job. Is it just this area, or is it something that's more common that we should be aware of?
That's kind of a broad question. You mean like zombies in the world in general?
I mean, I guess that, but I mean, like, it seems like the city, with half of your job being, let me see who's potentially going to turn into a zombie here.
Well, that's the key though. Is that's what I'm currently trying to figure out.
Right. Well, I'm asking if it's circumstantial to what happened here today, or is this like your job is often returning to this?
My job does not often deal in the people in the town are zombies.
Okay. I wasn't sure if
That
this
is
was...
not a regular occurrence here.
Just Tuesday.
For the record, because we don't have any kind of magic where I'm from, so zombies, I imagine, don't happen very often in Dryona.
They happen within a necromancer's lab within a city of the circle of magic, but as soon as they exit, they go.
Yet normally the only zombies around here are ones that I summon.
Fair. Are there any signs that we should be on the lookout for?
I remember that I learned something last week during my investigation, and I've slept since then. So
Oh God. I mean, it has to do with their like. you learned like the specific magic and necrosis of it is you are more likely to get it the weaker your spirit and body are. You don't have to like just be bitten.
But there's no like physical like outward signs it would deal more with like, the inner spirit.
For if they already have it in their beginning, then yeah, there are the dark marks of their veins under their skin.
Got it. I'll mention the dark marks in the veins in the skin.
Well, because if we're going to be patrolling, we should probably keep an eye out for that stuff too. So that's not a bad thing to look out for. Pretty distinct, I'm guessing.
Sometimes it can be hidden, but yeah.
Sleeves.
Yes.
I mean, we need to walk up to everybody and roll up your sleeves. All right. Not a zombie.
Says the shirtless man.
Yeah. Look, if I start turning into a zombie, you're going to tell real quick.
Okay. We have Claw. You said you were gonna continue to focus on people who are like in need of shelter. You're gonna not just cook. You're gonna go do other things to help with like people in shelters.
Yeah, and then help
right.
like patrol to get
Yeah.
outside of the city too.
Especially with John's connection, then yeah, you be on outward watch.
Hells
So
yeah.
we'll get to that. And Ariana, you said you're going to continue to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And Typhoon and Dragonheart are copping it up.
Copping
So,
it up.
We will start with Dragonheart and Typhoon.
Wee woo.
Please tell me that's what you do when you go about. Just on your horses going, wee woo.
Wee woo.
I mean, cop cars don't exist, so technically I wouldn't know.
Is that guy just staring menacingly?
Yeah. You guys can give me perception checks.
Wha-cha.
I said that's what fuckery.
25.
Sweet Lord.
I got a +6 and I rolled a 19.
Well,
I can see the whole world
yeah, you are
shining, shimmering.
you are on edge, I will say.
I'm probably making sure that guy doesn't come to me.
So it is great that you are this observant, but with being that observant and knowing context, it's kind of like you're sensory overloading yourself. So you do see everything, but there's that slight
But you do
case,
see everything.
I might
Of-
get overwhelmed.
yes, a paranoia with that. Flump Boy 1.
You don't say.
Change into that. That's your superhero costume.
I don't know if I have a flump mask.
So, Dragonheart, you are normally very, observant, and especially in cities and things because you're used to Dryota. With what you're going through now and everything in turmoil, it does take a little bit of time to start recognizing individuals that look like they might be doing something or getting ready to, with all like everything going on. The first day, there's kind of both of you kind of have that feeling as you see someone pulling something out from a broken down house. There's that split second where you're like, are they robbing the place, or is it at their house and they're pulling stuff out of it? But with those high rolls, you begin to understand and get more connected with how this role is going to work for you for the week. Round day 3, so middle of the week, the Wednesday. You guys are down in the southern part of the city, the southeastern part of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're there, you guys are going about just getting a layout for everything. Before going in and talking with people, you realize that this area is kind of like the craftsman's things. So your tanner, your blacksmith, your woodworkers, your various artisans, things like that. The skilled craftsmen outside of the merchant guild. While you're going about, you see a large plume of smoke coming from the woodworker shop. Which you've seen there's fires. That's a thing that sometimes to temper the wood, you can quickly burn the edge. But this is definitely not that kind of fire.
Seems like something we should investigate.
Yeah, we don't want more houses burning down. Oh,
To the
okay, use
smoke.
water. Let's go.
Just imagining like
The Batman.
it's the fact that I don't know what your two joint logo would look like.
It's a dragon with a ring of water around it.
There you go. Editor, make that a thing.
No, I'm not.
I need an artist to do it.
That would be me as well. No.
How quickly are you guys getting over there?
Quickly.
Probably, yeah, rushing
Okay.
it.
So as you guys quickly approach, you do hear various townsfolk calling out, being like, "Fire! That's a fire!" And then a little delay where you hear, "Wait! It might be more of the undead! Stand back!" And people are like figuring out what they're doing as you approach, and we're gonna do a little bit of a luck check on this.
Great water.
You're gonna create water and rain it down as you approach.
Make it. Yep.
So you make it rain. It does douse get like a bit of the fire. I mean, it is an entire building, but it does, dampen things and does put out quite a bit of it. Some of the stuff that's underneath the roof that hasn't fully broken in yet doesn't get hit, so it still burns.
I was gonna ice breath it.
You would have on the way to the distance he has to do this first. Yeah. As you approach, you guys are coming down one of the alleyways. You just see the wall out. You see these 6 people, all with the various bags and various things on, rush out and look around before looking at you two. And then promptly running away.
All right, let's go get him.
Yep. Well, does the building look like with the amount of water used? Is it going to pick back up, or are we talking about?
Yeah, there will be enough time for other people to get here to start putting out the fire. That create water saved it pretty much.
Cool.
Let's go.
Pursuit.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat their ass.
I mean, it's our job.
They are not on horses. They are just running, and you guys have horses. So
Yeah, I'm not just running them
Forgot we had
over.
horses.
yes, they are very quick though.
Trample.
Give me initiative rolls, please.
Oh crap! Got my die.
Dirty 20.
5 + 7. 16.
Okay. Roll for my thieves. Oh, only a 16 for you? Mr. Rakish Audacity. Okay, top of the round is Dragonheart. So they immediately sprint away. You take a moment to make sure the building's going to be okay, especially because now you have a front row seat into the side of the building.
Right.
You can assess that it should be okay. Before you guys take off, I'm going to let those perceptions, especially the nat, but also the very high perception check, carry through. As you hydrate. As you break your way through and go around, you see they will cut through some of the buildings in the area. They kind of like you see the very tail end of one, and you kind of, they're going back alleyways connecting things, and it's hard for you guys to get the horses both sometimes through, depending on the width. So they have a narrow bit of lead until they cut into an area, and they don't realize that it is a U-shaped building, and they are now in the middle of the courtyard as you guys approach. So that is where we start. Is they're in this courtyard, kind of like spread out sporadically, but they are in the area and appear to be looking for somewhere to go when you roll out.
How many are them again?
6.
Okay. John said try not to kill him if we can help it.
Well, I was gonna say there was part of me that wants to see if we can just intimidate him to like dropping the stuff.
Go for it.
No, fire breath.
I could, but I was looking at one other thing I had. I had another ability. I was like, just in case. Are they all guys? Are they guys, gals? Are they
Mixed.
Mixed. Okay. All right, folks. I think you know that you're kind of in a sticky situation here. We could go this whole route of pursuit, fight, arrest. You know what's going to happen here. Or you can lay down your goods, back up, and we can pretend that you were doing a rescue effort and go about your days without anything else happening. However, if this is not a choice you take, you'll be forced to act, and I cannot guarantee that you will leave unscathed as well as arrested.
At that last part, I know I can't use this as an attack, but for flare, can I shape water and the water that's in the courtyard into little splinters that point in every direction? Just as a threat, but I can't actually hit with it. I know that. Just I want the shape that look threatening.
Okay, so to do this, you roll me an intimidation real quick.
Okay.
And this is going to determine the type of help you
17?
get. 17, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that will give you advantage.
Okay. That makes it an 18.
Okay. You will see this, there. A few of them are a little bit shaken. 5 of them oh, okay, we don't wanna do that. That's not really what our goal is. They kind of look to one of them as the lead. He doesn't react.
Would that count as a fail, then?
In what regard?
Is it a failed intimidation or persuasion check?
Yeah, for him it is.
Well, then I'm going to use Draconic Presence, where I can use my reaction to re-roll that check.
Got it.
Yeah, me too.
No.
I haven't used this yet, but I also still have Inspiration. So I could do another roll with advantage.
How does your presence come out?
So I'd say since it's the first time I'm using it, we'll say it's essentially a gleam of a dragon head that kind of comes out, but it's almost like you don't notice it at first. It's like, wait, did I just see what I think I saw? Versus kind of when we talk about the astral monks, where it's a full-on thing. It's almost like, did I just see
They're kind of what is oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
got
trying
it.
to act like I've seen this before. What the hell? Marbles keep coming out with random things. This is new.
That one is a dirty 20 now.
Got it.
I'm terrified. No, I'm kidding.
Typhoon leaves you.
Typhoon runs. He's like,
I like
fuck
my
this
pain.
shit.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
He will just look at you and begin to reach into a pouch.
now where we do it, where it's the Captain Falcon.
If you want to use the inspiration and do that, you can.
Use the nearest person to me.
Well, you gotta wait till your turn.
Oh, sorry, I know we're going off on initiative roll. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's all. This has all been just him talking.
Yeah.
My bad.
I will say you're
Yeah, it's on the end of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. So he's reaching into his pouch, and yeah, it'll be like flame hands, just like. All right.
So he's gonna keep going. What are you?
That's to break his nose.
Well, I don't want to hit him if he's not actually pulling out a weapon, because
He will finish that on his turn. He'll pull it out at the end of his turn. He's right. He's doing that like desperado thing where they like reach him, but they don't pull anything out.
It could. I mean, it's one of those. Can I insight it? Like, can I tell you if he's like gonna go for? Like,
yeah.
Okay. Because if I like attack the dude and he pulls out like a like it's like, my bad, we're gonna drop everything off, and I'm just like, ah man, I just punched
the hell?
17.
Yeah, he's looking hostile.
Okay. Is he within 45 feet of me?
No, he's at the back of the courtyard.
Okay. Then let's see if I can't reach him without. I have to use. I can use a key point for a bonus action to step of the wind to him.
That you could get to.
Okay. Then I will do that. I'll use a key point to use step of the wind, and just.
Kind of as you with your draconic presence out, you get that little bit of wing again, and it just flings you forward.
And I will go ahead and attack him first.
Okay.
So you got 2 attacks. Let's see. One is over 20.
Yeah.
And one is over 20 as well.
Yeah.
So there's like 22 and 24. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah, no, these people don't have super magic mithril armor on. Unfortunately, not all thieves are decked out ready to fight.
Ones that just went through a horrible disaster.
Yeah.
21.
Okay. He's still up, but you definitely get 2 really good shots on him. Okay. It's turn.
That is my turn. I think I've done enough for a single turn. I stretched the boundaries of what a single turn.
You really stretched 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So, Typhoon, you see as he's done before, Dragonheart just through, weaving. That gave you enough to weave in between anyone's attack radiuses. Before now, all of the 5 other bandits are going to take 3 crossbow edge bolts at you and 2 at Typhoon.
Backflip, uncanny dodge.
I'll do the first 3 at you. That is a hit, and a miss.
All right.
Dragonheart, you will take 12 points of damage. As you were shot a few times, like in the shoulders. And the 2 for you, Typhoon. That is a hit and a miss.
Okay, well, I uncanny dodge.
So you will take 4 points.
Yeah.
And round. Okay, now it's your turn, Typhoon.
Where is the closest person, or how far is the closest person for me?
I mean, if you I'm imagining you're not going to go on horseback because you're not trained in that.
No, yeah.
Hold on.
Unless the horse covers more distance, I jump off at the end.
You could, but you'd have to control the animal enough to do that, to figure out, like, the whole thing of jumping off and moving.
Alright, so, like, where's the...
I'd like to
how
try.
far
There's
how
one
far is it?
within 30 feet of you.
No, I'm going on foot.
They spread out. I went after main dude who was in the
Yeah.
far back.
That's fair. I'm gonna take care. I'll help clean up. Hopefully, we'll see how this hits. Okay, that's good. 16 plus 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
wait.
hits. What are you hitting?
I
with?
forgot. Rapier of Vengeance. And I also forgot I got hit, so I didn't make a DC 15.
Oh, yes.
to-
Please make a DC with 15.
Hold on.
You're
I rolled a
slapping them
15.
with the sides of the blade.
So I'm good. I rolled
Okay.
a flat 15 anyways.
Actually, you technically need to... I know you only got hit once.
It was 15 plus 1.
Yeah.
So.
Every hit.
Oh yeah, my rapier. Sorry, hold on.
Look. Far too long I've given you non-cursed magic items.
I'm okay with the curse item. I think it makes it entertaining. Oh god, excuse me. That's 8 plus 5. 12,
Yeah, he dead.
15. Oh. But I didn't want to kill him though. I wanted to knock him out. But I
So,
don't know if
how
this
are
will
you
count.
doing that with the rapier and sneak attack?
I hit him with the hilt. Like right on the neck or something. If it's sneak
Okay.
attack.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
allow
like fun. Yeah, like crack. If he's paralyzed, that's different. But I'm kidding.
it. Oh boy. No, he's out.
That was a natural 20. That'd be.
Yeah, if he was in that 20 value, he dead.
Fucking dead.
That's fair.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay. That's your...
Yeah,
Movement
my
action.
bonus action. Because he's the only one right there.
Yeah, the next one's
directly.
about 20 feet away.
Okay, then I will stay right there.
Got it. Okay.
Oh wait, I can't bonus action as dodge. I think it is.
Yeah,
Oh no, they
dodge.
took that off. No, they took that off. You can't do that anymore. It's only dash, disengage, and hide action. So never mind.
Because you get the uncanny dodge.
Oh,
Yeah,
So,
I forgot they took it off.
Okay, is now the main guy by you.
Mm-hmm.
He is, I mean, pretty beat up, but he is gonna say, "Down with you, merchant dogs," and whip something into the building behind him. Before pulling a knife and attempting to like tackle stab you.
Mm-hmm.
First one will hit. Second one will miss.
Mm-hmm.
You will take
7.
you'll take 10 points of damage.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I guess that. What the heck? Am I a god?
Am I the one?
I am a god.
At the end of his turn, there will be a large from the inside of the main floor.
Alright.
Here you go.
Oh, my turn. All right. Well, he's kind of like on me because he did a tackle stab, so kind of have to deal with the guy who's on me. So I'm going to attack him. Seems only right.
No, don't hit him. He's
19.
just my little
His
guy.
legs.
Yes, 19 hits.
Bro,
Alright.
John Wickham.
John Wickham.
I haven't seen the movie, so all I can assume is I killed him with
Oh,
a
me
pencil.
neither. But yeah, okay, that works. I was just saying kill him.
Makes
in general.
reference. I don't know the reference myself.
I've seen the first.
I
movie,
do know
that
it's a
was
quite
it.
popular thing.
I
And a
want to
dirty
watch
20.
them.
Yeah.
All right.
John, around this point, because their chase did take some time, you would have gotten word that there is a larger scuffle.
There's a skill.
So what would John do while you're doing?
I mean, probably find out if they have the manpower to deal with it,
Okay.
since he's doing other things.
22.
Oof. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. He's still up, but that's a lot of damage.
All that, luckily for me, I have more key points. So, Fury of
More
Blows.
fury of the bros, eh?
Yeah.
Break his collarbone.
Alright, that is 18.
Yeah, yes.
Over 20.
Yeah, that do it. Yo, just rocking out.
Don't judge me.
It'll be another 18.
He's still up, but he's looking real bad.
And he's got more health than I do.
He does. That's why you're the wormling. That's everything for you.
Yep.
Okay. Other bandits. They're gonna split. Now the one down, so they're gonna go 2 and 2. So attack against Dragonheart. It's a hit and a miss. You will take 6 points of damage.
6.
And that's 2 hits against you, Typhoon.
Okay.
You dodge in the first one or second one?
First one.
Good call.
Was it a nat?
It was. Wait, yes, I rolled the 8 on the D8, so you'll take 5.
Oh, bye.
And then I have real bad news. You'll take 10. I rolled 2 8s.
Someone might die out of
So I need
this
you to make the
combat.
first roll.
Oh, yeah. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha.
You failed.
Ah ha, yeah.
Okay, make the second roll.
Okay. Was it wisdom again? I think
15.
it's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Ah ha ha ha.
Okay.
Ah ha.
So at first you got this overwhelming, like, whelming bloodthirst for the first guy, and then the second guy hit you and hit you harder,
Come here.
and you feel you hear that you only talked to him for a little while, but you just hear, go on, get him. You know you want to. They deserve it.
Yes, they do.
Okay. So it's your turn.
How far is that one from me?
He will be the technically he is 40 feet.
All right, bonus action dash and then run fully. That's because that's what the sword makes me do, bro. I'm gonna kill him.
Yep. Dragonheart's a little
wouldn't even
occupied right
save
now,
it.
so.
Yeah. Is it 16 hit?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
Just
Let me
dude.
just roll all these.
No, they're slightly better by one.
Slightly
these
better
aren't
than just a
super high.
dude.
Did you roll above an 11?
12, 13, 14, 15. Yes.
They're dead.
Oh. Okay. Now I look at the next one and just point at him, just like, you're next.
Yep. Still not fully aware of what you're doing.
No, I'm just like
the Dragonheart wasn't
I'm
busy.
raging without
Yep.
raging.
You're raging without the benefit of raging.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Probably like bloodshot eyes or something like that.
The bandit captain is going to yell, "Just leave! Leave me here!"
You're not going anywhere.
Jesus. Before he's going to try and take.
I
you
love
down.
playing dark people.
First one will hit.
Mhm.
Second one.
18.
Will miss.
Which is also how many hit points I have left.
7.
I now have 11.
Wait,
11.
really?
11.
11.
Okay. It's your turn.
Alright, well, he's already here, so, hello.
Break his face bone.
18.
Anyone do it.
So while I have him on me, because I assume he's like kind of like on me. He's like, "Argh."
His face is he's very much like coughing up blood at this point,
Yeah.
and he's kind of like just stabbing at you.
I'm just gonna like spin around, get him in a it's called dragon sleeper. So it's like a sleeper, but they're facing upwards. So it's like, "Argh," and just sleep, sleep.
And he's out.
You just hear a bone crack in his neck go.
I don't do that.
Okay.
That is a way I could. I could have just like wrenched it up and just snapped his neck. But it's like no.
My legs.
It's essentially using the bicep to push it down. On
Yeah.
Just a faint.
Hey. Yeah. Just echoes off. Okay, that's your action.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one attack. Is there anyone close enough for me to hit?
There is somebody you could probably run over to him within. Because your
Alright.
movement's 40.
45.
Yeah, you can get it.
It's like, oh, hi. And we're gonna
Hi.
that is 15 plus 8.
Yeah.
That is 8 plus 5 for 13.
Yeah, he's out.
I feel like it's like a drive-by. Like,
You just just pull. You just. Boom.
it's just a clothesline. That's what it is. I like, pull one guy's sleeve, turn around, like, hi.
And you
just
just
clothesline the crap out of him.
Okay.
Um,
That was you don't have any more movement left.
no.
Yeah. Okay. Their turn.
Can I use a key point to patient defense?
Oh, 100%.
Just in case they try to shoot me again, because I'm so
100%.
low health.
Okay. They're not going to shoot at you because they just watched a man burst around with liquid
I'm the
speed
Flash.
and stab somebody through the heart. So they're going to just shoot at Typhoon.
Oh, look, a penny.
It is a hit and a miss.
Oh, like in a uncanny dodge.
You will take 3.
Yeah.
Go.
Make that save.
Oh, crap. Wrong. Oh, that one's 18 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do not feel the intense urge to murder the person who just hit
I
you,
would
which is
probably
the
just-
only other one.
But I'm still raged, so I probably would smirk at him, as in, like, after I kill this first guy, you're next type of thing. Like,
Got it.
But yeah, the one who hit me last time, I'm going straight for
You
him. if I'm
can
next.
with similar thing. He's without your he's outside of 30, but if you bonus action,
Yeah, Dash, we're gonna go for him.
so this time you will see
Mm-hmm.
Typhoon stand up from like
It's
blood
not-
on blade and just
It was so close to a nat, but it's 16 plus.
yeah you
8.
got him. Roll your damage, and you just see him like kind of like the fluidity of water
Mm-hmm.
as he is, just
I
kind of
just
like
have to get 11 and that's it.
yes,
Oh, they're dead.
yeah,
I counted 2 dice and they were.
and then you just see him just the other
It's-
one like through the mouth.
Blood splattered everywhere.
Okay. It's back. Technically, your turn again.
All right. Are there any of them still up?
Yeah, one.
Oh, okay, there's one. Well, I
He
guess.
was attempting to. The rest of his turn was to run away in fear. So,
Is he within 45 feet?
no, he's just outside. Because he's running away because you were at the back.
Mm.
So he is now running this way away from you. So if you step in the wind, you could.
But there is a building on fire behind me.
You are correct.
Has he left the loot? Or is he running
yes.
with his... Okay. Then I will turn my attention to the fire that is now erupting.
Okay.
And, I'm going to attempt... Man, I really wish there was a dragon with water. Water breath.
Isn't there a dragon with water? Oh,
There
it's
probably
ice.
is as far as, like...
It's
in the-
always ice because there's no water damage. Ah, I'm
I mean, it could be
wet.
forced. No, it could be a force.
Yeah, force.
Force
But then they
steam,
just
like
they
a
made
heat,
it force in the sense of it's like a psionic force.
Yeah.
Fair.
Nah, my dragons I'm working on, one of them is water. So I guess with that being the case, I mean, ice still works. Can I tell if the building is occupied or?
You do not hear anybody on the inside.
All right. Then I am going to do a ice breath at the fire to try and get it to stop.
Yeah. Roll me like you would just like one of your attacks.
The 2d6, or do you want? Because
Roll to hit, like just roll.
because it's
to-
a save.
I know it's a save.
Okay.
Roll
So
to-
roll it
yeah, yeah.
as an attack.
Yeah. You're not using it in intended manner, so.
Fair. If we use my basics, it'd be a +8, so 16 + 8.
Yeah.
I hit the building.
Well, you hit the building, but it's not just that. You also aim it in such a way where you see like where it could easily jump to like isolate it.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the first time really using this like in this manner since
Yeah.
you unlocked it. So you feel as you inhale like the heat of the battle that you just had, as your key begins to twist and turn it into the opposite element. And as it comes back out, it kind of like, when you are breathing really heavy and it's really, really cold and it feels like knives?
Mm.
It feels like that for the first time as you let it out and you feel your lips begin to crack a little bit before your key catches up and your body reacts as you let out this large ice wave. Does a pretty good job.
Woohoo!
Cool. Bandit's turn. He's going to take one last pot shot and continue to run around the corner.
That's our last bandit, right?
Yes.
Come here.
He will hit you, Typhoon.
Uncanny dog.
You hit for 3.
Uncanny dog!
Uncanny dog! We'll make that save.
But yeah, I mean, I'm going for him anyways. That did not. Nope. I rolled a 2.
You know what that means.
Come here.
It's your turn.
Is he in range?
He would be outside even with your
Even with
dash.
the dash.
So you could attempt to long range it with something. You'd have to get around the corner and then long range it, but
Let me see. Well, okay. So the thing is, it says that on a failsafe, you must attack the creature that damaged you until you drop to 0 hit points, or until you can't reach the creature to make a melee attack against.
So then you would as soon as you get around the corner, like he's just outside of reach. If you get a little bit faster, but then your brain, it lets off and your mind kind of reconnects.
Okay, and then I'd probably let him go, just like confused and dazed with like probably a headache or something.
There's a slight headache, and you do feel like a little bit of a weight to your blade with the blood that's on it.
What the hell just happened? Wait,
Little
do I
help
remember?
No, you
Do I
wouldn't.
remember?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll just wipe the sword off, and then I hear him and turn around like, what's going on?
A fire! What does it look like?
Can't fight this man every time something's going to happen. I go for this. I think I can't cast water again, so
There is there's a the courtyard. So there's a small fountain in the front.
shape water.
So you begin to like
I'm
kind
making
of
a
like
sprinkler
yeah,
system.
try and do whatever you can to be like.
Yeah. 100%.
Eventually, the proper resources do get there. It just comes back to John, since you are chief inspector, that it was an attempted robbery that those two stopped. There was another incident with one of the other guild buildings, but relatively everyone's okay. There were some casualties in some of the thieves. You know?
That's crazy.
How'd that happen? So you do, but yeah, you guys keep it down until people can get there and take care of it.
Don't worry, I breathed on the fire.
Okay. Wait, you can do ice?
Yeah, it's a more recent development.
All right, that's pretty cool, pun intended. But
Yeah, it is quite ice to do.
Yeah, ice, ice, baby. Anyway, one got away. I just let you know that now.
Well, we have their leader here, so that probably counts for something.
Oh, we got his leader. Okay, I don't remember that, but okay.
He's asleep right now.
Yes.
Okay,
So-
that's good. Yeah, I think I knocked out one or two. Maybe I don't remember. So, I kind of blacked out for a second. It was weird.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. Gestures to dead bodies.
And the not saying you guys aren't proper authorities,
Yeah.
but the actual guards
proper
will come in
authorities.
and like inquire with you. They are not going to question the use of force, but they are going to get like
Statements.
statements.
As I pull the arrows like out of my. Yeah, we were fighting.
Yeah, same, bro.
And you
I
both
got
are
hit like what 4 or 5 times with those
Yeah.
arrows.
So we are going to put a pin in that day. We're gonna have like reconvene. So we're gonna go backward in time.
I did nothing. If anyone asked.
To John in the healing. Are you only focused on healing, or is there any sort of like passive investigating you'd like to do?
I don't know what kind of healing I'm doing
like,
because
not,
I
like,
cannot.
When I say
heal.
healing, I mean more of
That's why I'm very confused about this.
it's more of when I say healing, I mean you're more of assessing, like triaging.
I mean, basically, I think that John would feel like he would be most useful in just trying to continue to pick out who's infected and who's not, and then trying to figure out if there's something we can do for the infected. That's yeah.
So, or they give me. This is your area. But give me Arcana with advantage. If I could give you a necromancy with advantage check, I would, but unfortunately, this is like the closest.
25.
I don't know why I was worried for a minute. With the 25, you've encountered people, of course, making zombies and things like that. I mean, that's what you've done. You've never encountered this type of spread and this type of like magic, so it takes you a little bit, but you do realize there are some medicinal like plants in the area that, because of the connection to the sun they have, they're semi-rare, but they can be found, that you can make various tonics for those that are in the earlier stages, that if they were to take, will reverse it.
Okay.
At a certain point when the black like it's fully visible and against the surface, that's about the cutoff point.
Okay.
So I imagine John would spread that immediately.
Yes. Yeah.
So that goes out and people are looking for these various herbs that help with it. Roll. Well, no, you're not. Since you're mostly focused. Oh, I forgot your passive perception to 17. Jeez.
It's like John was built well.
While you are in one of like the holding corrals, you begin hearing murmurs, and some people are like gossiping a little bit. Did you hear it was Duke Leopold Thorne? Came and attacked us for something we didn't even do. Sounds like war. And that kind of like, that whole aspect of this seems like a northern aggression from a well-known person. And what kind of magic was he doing? Who is he? I thought he was just a diplomat. You start to hear those whispers going throughout. So, anything in particular? Other? Oh, it would be at this point you would have another charge ascending.
I mean, the only other thing I would do, I guess, with the, it would be just to send a message back to Peach and just kind of say we're headed to Taroga. We're hoping you could help with. We're hoping you could point us in a good direction. We may have a dysfunctional robot. Over.
You'll get a kind of like midday that this recharges. You just get a okay. How many people? I need to think sleeping arrangements. Robot? Okay. Over. So, when I'll let you know probably in like extra roll me a d4.
2.
So in 2 days, they'll be recharged. Okay. So with that, we'll go to Narayana. Where would you like to focus your healing efforts now?
The other church.
Going back to like the.
You said there was 2 churches. There was
Yes.
the cathedral and a smaller one. I wanna
Okay,
go
so
to
you're
the
going to the smaller one. Okay. So you head over. Pauline Lowry is there. She is when you arrive the first morning. She is having a kind of like a send off to the moon, like good morning to the sun, kind of like yoga session outside for people who are able like there. There is a sense of as you approach this smaller. I mean, when I say smaller, it's still rather large. It's as large as your church back in Loftwood. So it's got a decent size. It can hold a decent amount of people and has its own like extra services. It is surrounded by some trees are burned, but most of the trees are unscathed and in good health as they surround the building in a horseshoe, giving some grass area around it amidst the stone floor or like cobblestone roads around. And Joe, good morning. Good morning. Are you here for a sermon?
I'm here to help with the sick.
Oh, wonderful. Let me go get my things and we will go and visit the northeastern district. Just a little bit away.
Okay.
She will go in. She will come back out in the robes that you've seen her before. As you two head off into the north. It's only like not nearly as far. It's only a few blocks away. Is there anything you'd like to ask her on the walk?
Probably talk to her about the ceremony that I saw her doing. I saw the ceremony you were doing. I've never seen one like that before.
Oh, it's just something I came up with around here. So many people are divided about the sun or the moon or what's the good one. I figured why not have a conversation between them rather than the rise and fall, a dialogue.
I like that.
It was a gift from Lady Karametra. So how did you? I don't mean to be rude since we're having this time talking together, and this conversation carries through various, making sure people are okay, helping people with like physical therapy if they need it. How did you end up with the others in your group?
commissioned me to look after Teresa.
Oh,
It was my
Alright.
first time outside of my church, but I felt like I could do more in the world and see more of it while looking out for someone.
well. Hopefully it's been enlightening to you.
Very enlightening. We've been through a lot. Not been easy, but it's definitely been enlightening.
Well, I wish you many pleasant moons and many blissful days.
You as well.
Now hold this man still while I reset his arm.
Okay.
Just pops it. Just give me some general medicine checks.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You pretty good at taking care of people who are wounded. It's part of the training Mother Nocturna put you through. So this is all just putting that training into practice. You do a very good job. There's, not too many people without expending all of your magic every day, that you can't really get to or take care of. It is becoming easier and easier, and now it's more focusing on those individuals that need intensive care by the middle of the week than it does lighter care. Most people at this point, because of the various resources and people helping and taking care, a lot of people are getting back on their feet more. Says we're going to put a pin in your midweek. And then we head to Claw.
Yes. Yes.
So you are on the patrol for the outer wall, especially with everything going on. Give me survival checks. Of course, with your, stupid good in your element rolls, because this is your favorite terrain because you're in the middle of woods.
Let's see. Okay, so I got a 13 and then 21.
Phew. Yeah, you are doing a dandy job looking around, going about, taking care of, like, any nooks and crannies someone could be hiding in a tree, or finding, like, areas that people recently camped in, but not, anytime super recently. It is very easy for you to, handle all this. It's kind of like, it's for a little bit of the time, you're guiding the rest of them, the other guards around, because you're just so in your element. Like, they know it, but this is like your entire life.
Yeah.
For yours is pretty quiet. You don't really hear about anything. That is until the rounds of the middle of the week, when it is past, like, said to everyone that there was a larger attack by some thieves, but it was mitigated. Be on the lookout for anyone fleeing.
Okay.
And with a 23, I'm going to let that carry a bit, because that is real high.
Heck yeah.
You will find a lone individual attempting to, leave through the woods. He appears very panicked and kind of ashy.
Yeah, I would probably... Are some of the guards, closer to them than I am? Or do I, spot them first?
You spot them first.
How far away are they?
They're about 25 feet off in the woods.
Okay. Let me see. I am going to...
Rage. Wait, wrong person.
I think we're going to try and cast Hunter's Mark on them, if I can see them still.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to cast that, and then try and just like track them down and subdue them.
Got it. Just roll me some unarmed strikes as you easily
Okay.
track this man who has no idea that there is a feral hunter nearby.
Let's see. A 13
Yep.
to hit, and then a 5.
A 5 to hit?
Yeah.
No.
I have unarmed strike plus 3, and then I got a 2.
Oh, womp womp. No, you
Womp
did
womp.
not hit with the second one. Hit with the first one. We'll see how you do.
Okay. Oh, for an unarmed strike, it's just a 1.
Oh, plus technically, Hunter's Mark allow you to use it with your unarmed heavy weapon, or just next hit.
Oh, let me
I
see.
think it's just next hit, right?
Whenever you hit with a weapon attack.
Yeah, no, you're not trying to like stab him. So one,
Yeah.
he will though immediately give up.
Okay, cool. Figured.
He'll begin crying as the other guards close in on him as he's just like, it was just a job. I just got hired for a job. Before he is taken
Too bad
into
you came
custody.
across Claw.
Splash of you just like, so this all happens on that third day. That is when we'll reconvene. You guys will reconvene that night. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. You have all convened after a very, mostly easygoing week. Second weekend. No real issues. No big threats other than what Dragonheart and Typhoon took care of.
Hells yeah.
So we will come back next week with more Slivers of Fate. But before then, take it away!
We play D&D! This video goes up on YouTube on Monday. There is no game on Sunday.
No game on Sunday!
No Sunday.
But Skye can tell us about a different stream that's coming up this weekend.
Oh, yeah. If you want to check out Grounded tomorrow night, twitch.tv/tragic backstory or twitch.tv/Tristin Sanity. Not sure what time, but it'll be sometime in the evening.
It's happening. If you follow, you'll get that update.
Plug
Be
it.
there or be Burgle.
You don't want to be Burgle. You don't. Sai will just shoot you in the face randomly for no reason. Don't be Burgle.
We hate Burgle.
This could be
Don't
you.
be
Just Burgle with it.
She'll just rip the bolt out of your face. Going, I need that.
I need that. Give
me
back.
yeah.
Can I have that back? Should be a good time. So, any other shout outs people would like to give?
All good here.
All right.
Hi.
Hi. That's a shout out, all right.
By definition, you did make a sound.
Yes, I.
Did shout out.
Good shout out. Top
Shout out
of
to
the
our
line.
awesome DM.
Oh,
Shout
no.
out to the awesome
Yeah,
DM.
yeah,
Yeah.
His
God,
birthday's
God,
over. He doesn't
yeah.
I
get
say,
it.
be on.
Yeah.
It's past that. I'm
giving
just
us
a
mental
30-year-old
trauma.
man. So until next week, then, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Until next time.
Bye.